Today I want us to talk about one of our encounters with children, and when they do behavior like pushing, hitting, biting, grabbing toys from their peers, even excluding their peers from play. Most of our instinct is to ask them to apologize when they do that or to say sorry to their friends. In this video, we will talk about why requiring that apology doesn't work, what is the better approach to such behavior, and why it really matters. One of the reasons why it doesn't work and why you find yourself repeating the same thing over and over again, in fact most of the time they don't wait for you to tell them, they just push and they say sorry. It is because they lack understanding of why it is important. At this developmental stage of their lives, they really do not understand, they do not grasp the meaning of the sorry or apologizing or even making amends the way that we feel. And so they will end up saying sorry just because you ask them to do it, not because that they are remorseful. The other reason is it leads to insincere response without genuine understanding. They will just quickly do something which they know is not acceptable, or they just have the propensity of doing, and they realize they did something which is out of norm, and they'll just go ahead and say sorry. While part of it is because in the larger scheme of things, children by this time, they do what it is that has worked. So if hitting, pushing, biting, grabbing the toys work quickly and satisfy their need, that is what they'll be doing. I want the toy from my friend, I bite, they drop the toy, they walk away, I get the toy. So it does work for them. Part of it is because they are still discovering the world, they are still exploring, they are putting the cause and effect and to see that which works. The third one could explain even more the reason why this happened. Children under 4, they have egocentric thinking. All they think about is myself, me and I. And because of that, they see the world into their own perspective and they expect everyone else to see it that way. And so asking them to really see other people's feelings, they do not understand that because it is all about them. It is all about what they can get. It is all about their own life. So they don't have any connection between. And actually, by the way, that is developmentally appropriate and it is in their developmental journey. So how can we teach these greater concepts which we deem so necessary, and actually we should be starting early on in life so that they can be able to start practicing? One of the things that you can do is to make sure that you connect the action from the feelings and emotions of others. And how do you do that so that you can be able to build genuine empathy and genuine sorries and apologies? One of the things that you can do that is by acknowledging the emotion of the other. When they are toy get grabbed or when they get bit or when they are pushed out, acknowledge their feeling is so important. So when a child pushes the peer, you go to the peer and acknowledges their feeling. Of course, when connecting the two, look at your friend. Your friend is crying because their toy was taken away from them without their friend asking. That way you spell out what this child is feeling and why they are feeling what they are feeling. Second, connect the action from this child to what that child is feeling. For example, you can say, my friend is very sad because their toy was taken away from them without their friend asking, and that made them very sad. By describing the action and also the feeling and separating the action from the child, so that the child, because the goal here is not to make the child feel guilty so that they can apologize. You are teaching the children how to own the problem so that they can be able to look for solutions. The other one you can do is lead the child, encourage the child to look for ways to make amends or apologize or say sorry. And so by doing that, you help the child own the problem and therefore look for solutions. And one of the things you can do that is to help the child look for how can we make this child feel better. So either you can coach the child or you can give them the vocabulary on to do that. To be honest, most of the time the children at this time, they will say no. I don't want to apologize. I don't want to make them feel better. Now, if they get to there then your job is not necessarily to scold. Your job is now to model for them how that looks like. And remember, you're taking also advantage of their egocentric thinking, because it is all about myself, me and I. That you see now you're giving more attention to the other, and part of it that now start adding what I did made the other person get more attention, and by that way you're helping them know that whatever they did was not acceptable and they caused this kind of a pain, and therefore they are willing to come and practice what it is, as I said. Because around this age also, they're trying to impress you so that you can approve whatever it is that they're trying to explore and discover. So you can go to that child and say, I see you're crying because your toy was taken by your friend without them asking and you did not like it. How can I make you feel better? Would you like a hug? Would you like another toy? Can we talk to your friend? Why does this matter? This matters because by involving this child in the conflict resolution, or by solving this problem that they created, you are teaching them to recognize other people's emotions. You are also building their ability to empathize with others, therefore connection, the cause and effect, and you're showing them the positive ways that we can make amends and we can make our friends feel better. Because again, it is not that they are enemies, they just have that propensity. Understand this. When you practice this approach, it requires time, it requires you pack a lot of patience, it requires you be consistent, it requires that you practice. By using these strategies, you're modeling for them the way of coexisting with one another through caring and through understanding. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know how you deal with such challenges in the classroom or wherever you're interacting with the children by commenting below. See you in the next video.